So, this Amityville experiment. So, this Subhuman, the Amityville experiment, sounds like a franchise name, but I found no previous installments, so yeah, it seems a standalone. I'm happy that I found a screener copy of this, and I do a review. My whole channel is about that now. No, I will be honest to you, I'm not happy because, as I told you, this was the title that pissed me off, that is parading around, that it doesn't even want to be an Amityville title. Turns out, as I had a very brief communication with the creator, this is not actually technically true. The person seems a genuinely nice guy, so you have a constructive criticism, tell him. Seriously, there is nothing wrong with that. I will be very negative in this review, but it's no longer because it's not even had the intention to present itself as an Amityville movie, but because, one, it is not an Amityville movie, two, it's a very bad movie on the technical side, and I will describe what my problems are and how to do it better. Because this person seems to be a dedicated next Neil Breen or something, or Tommy Wiseau, so he won't go away directing things. When asked about it, the creator said his idea was that, yeah, the Amityville title is free for all, and he never saw a title where a monster is on the loose in the city. Well, I mean, such titles exist as Amityville Vampire, Amityville Werewolf, Amityville Mount Misery Road, Amityville Prison, Amityville Scarecrow 1 and 2, Amityville Karen, pardon the joke, Amityville Death Toilet, Amityville Uprising, to the point this flick was released. And yes, I'm aware that, production times exist, but even that doesn't constitute this level of uninformedness. It's just disappointing. IMDb says this is a 45-minute flick. Well, it's a 44-minute and a couple of seconds, but IMDb don't bother with seconds, and that's okay. But when you look about this is made of, credits, okay, that's technically part of things, title credits, and this has even fake trailers, 2 fake trailers, and alternate endings, and whatever. It goes down to 38 minutes, so technically this is a short that got padded up to feature length. What Google says to me starts at 40 minutes. The studio calls itself No Budget Productions. This is more of a low budget, micro budget production. No budget productions are at worst made from a couple of grants, not 45k in the US dollars. That's definitely a budget. When you look at, I don't know, Suburban Sasquatch that got made from 5k, or Feeders 2, one of Mark Polonius' looks, that it was literally made out of $0, just out of things the guy found at home during a winter vacation. That's no budget. To illustrate it better, Suburban Sasquatch is no budget, a couple grand spent on the costume, otherwise it was enthusiasm and goodwill. Manus, the Hand of Fate, is micro budget. Todd Sheets rolling on VHS was no budget. Whatever. I'm willfully nitpicking at this point. But what is not nitpicking and is borderline copyright infringement is the fake Amityville Reaper trailer. And at the end there is this Amityville Alien Invasion fake title. Again, as Amityville Aliens are supposed to coming out in a year or two, that's damaging the brand. There is the wiki. It even lists the announced titles, for the lack of better terms, and IMDb exists. So if you are doing this kind of shtick, maybe come up with a title that doesn't exist. That's why Amityville Apocalypse exists, to filter out the possible titles so you don't do them. The directing / cinematography is ass. You know how is this with these low budget productions, details tend to get lost, so when you put a person in the middle of the screen, we film from the front, then switch to a person in the middle of the screen from behind. I tend to bend backwards and assume you are showing the same person. And when I realize you did not, and I have to do the extra legwork to figure out that you did not, I'm not happy. Definitely, as like 10 seconds ago, I had to do that when you did this. So consistency is out of the window right from the get-go. I'm also not happy with the 1.5 minute of intro credits. You really needed to pad up the runtime to call this a feature length, okay, but you can stop at 40 minutes. You have 5 extra minutes at the end, so at the final editing, you can cut out useless stuff, speed up the intro, and so on and so on. Useless shot like the street shots at the beginning, before switching to the lab. I can do better, and I show you. The audio mixing is also shit, even before Clipchamp. I always did this with generic sound audio I put under my footage. The stock files always beginning and end with an intro and ending seconds or something like that. Cut that off so you can loop the file as much as you need without anyone noticing. So why not do that? So I cut off the beginning and the end to be able to loop the sound more seamlessly. Watch when they change to the lab and the bird chirping does not start for like a second, because that's the stock audio as a beginning. This is immersion breaking. I try harder and I don't try at all. But somehow these people are living from this? It's weird. And why are we shooting in a rusty cellar in a hazmat suit researching a might be even alien? I get you couldn't clear out one of your rooms, but don't you have a skull in the vicinity to shoot there? I mean, it was asking. Then why is this guy referring to that thing as his creation? If he created the creature, then he should know if it is alien, mutant, or a new life form, for the fuck's sake. The monster escaped for obvious reasons, and what the fuck is that? Again, back to the sound mixing. The sound volume drops to 50% from 7 minutes 9 seconds and 7 minutes 10 seconds. amateur mistake. Even before clip trim, I always set the sound volume. I always check the video that the sound volume be consistent to avoid exactly this problem. Anyway, what the fuck is the chase scene? The monster would be so close when the filter, predator vision, is not up. We should have seen it. And it is as big as a baby, so not high enough to be at waist level. Not to mention, how did it get there this fast? And how the nine heck it is able to move with running speed? It's just as inconsistent as the size of the creature all throughout the movie, although the size is, we can just forgive, but the speed and the location teleporting is a whole other issue. At 8 minutes, wow, only that much? We do the old, who the fuck are you routine? Wow, that escalated quickly. Face reveal for no reason, plus a nuke strike. What's the rush? What's the experiment? Who the fuck is the guy who was in the bed? Around 11 minutes. Why is Deep Throat still on the phone when he cut the line? This is not even incompetent. This is just stupid. Why this bar has a St. Louis Cardinal poster if we are in New York and not in Missouri? 30 minutes. Another really shitty directorial work. I think the director stole the growl effect from Suburban Sasquatch. I could also mention why the dude looked one way when the growling came from another, but this video is already way too long. Then again, how and why did the thing crawl into the sewers to come up from the toilet? And again, how tall it is. I mean, you know how tall it is. We saw the poster. 14.5 minutes. What is this cut? And how lazy is that text on the board? I thought the last letter was on the original billboard, but then I thought about it and it's probably not. But why is the A in an angle and the S is normal? Why don't you give an angle to the S too? It's just incomprehensible. And who the fuck is this guy again? Wait, what? They have an implant in the thing? How are they unable to keep track of it if it is chipped? Around 20 minutes. This is astonishingly bad. To start with, we only see the TV in the reflection by accident even, which is, I assume, is in the right corner of the room, but the chick who is, I have no idea who she is or where she is, does not look in that direction. This is beyond incompetent. Why the thing never attacks Batman? Was the nun hitting on Batman? I see no purpose of that scene previously with the same black dude. We discussed the action figure doll toy situation, but when Batman leaves from restoring and selling them, and that person quickly became a victim, so that's fine. Future fan here. Turns out who got killed was a nameless rando, and black dude is later revealed to be working for mad scientist. So this nun added nothing to the story. Sure, the nun gets killed too, probably because they tried this to be an homage to Basket Case, but it's recycling the plot of this movie, and not even in an organic way. Oh crap. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. That's why it doesn't eat the Batman either. Because of Basket Case. Problem is, in Basket Case there was a clear relation between the monster and the human protagonist. Here, just things happen and such connection does not exist. Then at around the 28th minute, Batman is talking with the creature like it knows it. They never met before in the movie at this point. And was they experimented on you too, crap? On the side note, the Blob is Project 19, Batman is Project 18, as it is later revealed. You can figure it out when you're watching this, but anyway, Black Jude dies, not by the same effect as the other victim, not sure why. I appreciate the effort at some level, but why Project 18 when calling the police? I assume he's calling the police, and yes, later it is revealed it is the police, says it was an Amityville attack when, he was talking with the creature and has this basket case connection with it. What kind of animal uses a bread knife anyway? He also watched back the camera, so freaking knows this is not an animal. You'd ever heard of recording it again? Because this is just because the cropping of the screen is just did not work out, so you needed another shot or a better editing or something. You think this is the end? Just because the title card says so? Nah, there is 5 more minutes of footage. Well, that was inconsequential, and that was part of the film. Not a post-credit scene, not alternative ending, not fake trailers. No, that was part of the movie. Fuck you. Well, there are alternate endings, and first one looks good, genuinely good. Yes, it's low budget and all that crap. It's fantastically working. It's not Avatar level CGI, but I don't care about it. I care about the story, the execution, the tones, and the effort put behind it. It's magnificent. Number 2 alternate ending is trash though. We agree on that. Finally, we get another fake trailer. I mean, it is a shot of the mothership motel used. Inserted a fake trailer on it. It's not a still, it's a GIF. And as told above, the title is too similar to an upcoming title. In conclusion, the director dude can use his equipment. I mean, things are not out of focus and the lighting lets you see the stuff. Even the effects and props are okay in theory. The sound mixing is crap, but the sound recording seems to be in order. What he does with all of these, and clearly needs a script supervisor, because this is just not working. The script throws in incomprehensible, confusing mess. Why were you hiding the politician's face? Why did you not pay for a haircut and make him a Donald Trump impersonator? That could have been great when at the very end you do a face reveal and it is Donald Trump. I would have loved that. That's a great idea. But this is just nothing. What's the relation with the Batman and the monster? Why do you call this subhuman? How was this possibly alien? What is the origin of this thing? What was the experiment? Why do we need to nuke the whole city if the experiment escapes? So yeah, you tried to make a monster feature that pays homage to Basket Case and Return of the Living Dead. You managed to recreate some of the concept, scenes even, but that doesn't make it a movie. And you see my problem with the use of the Amityville in the title. This has nothing to do with the Amityville horror. What is a family drama, possession happening in a house? It's not a random government experiment going wrong in a lab creating a creature. Because if you do something like XTR02, that would work. I mean, it worked out for Stranger Things Season 1, so it's not impossible, but someone clearly has to tell you that this is an unfinished script. You need to work on your concept to make it coherent on a basic level. Maybe you can throw away some of the plot lines what you wrote and still have them in the movie, but things must not be this incoherent. And if you use the Amityville title, please do us a favor. Make it something to do with the Amityville horror, the original story, in one way or another, because this is a clickbait. And clickbait can be reported on YouTube that the content is not what it has advertised to be in the title and the thumbnail. So you are breaking the rules.